One. Hi, everybody. Hello to people who are going to watch this live or who might watch this later on YouTube. This is Self-Isolation Shakespeare's production of The Winter's Tale. We're really excited to perform this show today. We would like to say a couple thank yous. So first off, thank you to our team, which includes Liam Johnson, Lexi Thompson, Jessica Graham, myself, and our stage manager, Kirsten Farley. We'd like to send a special thank you to the Backroom Shakespeare Project for giving us the script for this production. And we'd also just like to send a big thank you to our cast. And also, extra special thank you to Andra Harbold. Okay, I'm going to have the cast introduce themselves, say where they're from, and what character they're playing.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Sincell. I'll be playing Leontes, and I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Harbold. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, playing Hermione.
Hi, I'm Mark Fossen. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm playing Polixenes.
Hi, I'm Dylan Burningham. I'm playing Florizel, and I'm in South Jordan, Utah.
Hi, I'm Robert Scott Smith. I am in Salt Lake City, and I will be playing Camillo.
Hi, I'm Brenda Hattingh. I am in Salt Lake City, and I will be playing Paulina.
Hi, I'm Jae Weit. I am in Salt Lake City, and I will be reading for Autolycus.
Hi, everyone. I'm Roger Lipson. I'll be reading The Shepherd and First Lord, and I'm in New York City.
Hi, I'm Noah Kershishnik. I will be playing Antigonus, and I am in Provo, Utah.
Hi, I'm Grace Colley. I'm coming to you from Bozeman, Montana, and I will be reading Clown and Jailer.
Hi, I'm Danny Borba, and I am in Orem, Utah, and I will be playing Mamilius, the Servant, and Dion.
Hi, I'm Connor Johnson, coming at you from Salt Lake City, and I will be playing Cleomenes and Mariner.
Hi, I'm Moira Gray, and I will be reading for Mopsa and Amelia, and I am reading from Mill Creek, Utah.
Hi, I'm Sammy Dowd. I'm reading from Salt Lake City, and I'll be playing Rogero and Dorcas.
My name is Jessica Graham. I'm in Sugar House, and I am reading Time, Officer, and Gentleman.
Hi, I'm Jessica Weyman, and I am from Salt Lake City, and I will be playing Perdita.
Hi, I'm Emily Beats, and I will be reading the stage directions. And I'm in Salt Lake City.
And this is The Winter's Tale.
Scene 1, Antechamber in Leontes' palace.
9 changes of the watery star hath been the shepherd's note since we have left our throne without a burden. Time is long again would be find out, my brother, with our thanks.
Stay your thanks a while, and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I have stayed to tire your royalty.
1 7 night longer.
Very sooth, tomorrow.
We'll part the time between us then, and in that I'll no gainsaying.
Press me not, beseech you so. There is no tongue that moves me, none in the world so soon as yours could win me. So my affairs do even drag me homeward.
Tongue-tied, our queen.
I had thought, sir, to have held my peace until you have drawn oaths from him not to stay. You, sir, charge him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all in Bohemia is well. This satisfaction the bygone day proclaimed. Say this to him. He's beat from his best ward.
Well said, Hermione.
To tell he longs to see his son were strong. But let him say so then, and let him go. Yet of your royal presence I'll adventure the borrow of a week. When up Bohemia you take my lord, I'll give him my commission to let him there a month behind the guest prefixed for parting. You'll stay?
No, madam.
Nay, but you will.
I may not, verily.
Verily, you put me off with limber vows, but I should yet say, Sir, nose going, verily, you shall not go. A lady's verily's as potent as a lord's. Will you go yet? Force me to keep you as a prisoner, not like a guest. How say you? My prisoner or my guest? By your dread, verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest, then, madam, to be your prisoner should import offending, which is, for me, less easy to commit than you to punish.
Not your jailer, then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordings then?
We were as twain lambs that did frisk in the sun and bleat the one at the other. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing.
By this we gather you have tripped since.
Oh, my most sacred lady, temptations have since then been born twos, for in those unfledged days was my wife a girl. Your precious self had not then crossed the eyes of my young playfellow.
Grace to boot. The offenses we have had you do will answer. If you first sinned with us, and that with us, you did continue fault, and that you slipped not with any but with us.
Is he won yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
At my request he would not. Hermione, my dearest, thou never spokest to better purpose.
Never?
Never but once.
What? Have I twice said well? When wast before? I prithee tell me. Crams with praise, and make as fat as tame things. But to the goal. My last good deed was to entreat his stay. What was my first? It has an elder sister, or I mistake you. Nay, let me have it. I long.
Why, that was when 3 crabbed months had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou utter, I am yours forever.
'Tis grace indeed. Why, lo you now, I have spoke to the purpose twice. The one forever earned a royal husband, the other for some while a friend.
Too hot. Too hot. To mingle friendship for is mingling bloods. I have tremor cordis on me, my heart dances, but not for joy, not joy. This entertainment, but to be paddling palms and pinching fingers as now they are, and then to sigh as 'twere the more to the dear. Oh, that is entertainment my bosom likes not, nor my brows. Mamilius, art thou my boy?
Aye, my good lord.
They say we're almost as like as eggs. Women say so, that will say anything. Come, Sir Page, look on me with your welkin eye. Affection. Thy intention stabs me in the center. Thou dost make possible things not so held. Communicatest with dreams, and that to the infection of my brains and hardening of my brows.
What means Cecilia?
Something seems unsettled.
How, my lord, what cheer? How is't with you, best brother?
You look as if you held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
No, in good earnest. How sometimes nature will betray its folly, its tenderness. Looking on the lines of my boy's face, methought I did recoil 23 years and saw myself unbreeched, in my green velvet coat, my dagger muzzled lest it should bite its master, and so prove, as ornaments oft do, too dangerous. How like methought I then was to this colonel, this squash, this gentleman. My brother, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If at home, sir, he's all my exercise, my mirth, my matter, now my sworn friend, and then mine enemy. He makes a July's day short as December. So
stands this squire officed with me. We two will walk, my lord, and leave you to your graver steps. Hermione, how thou lovest us, show in our brother's welcome. Let what is dear in Sicily be cheap. Next to thyself and my young rover, he's a parent to my heart.
If you would seek us, we are yours in the garden. Shall attend you there?
To your own beds dispose you. You'll be found, be you beneath the sky. I'm angling now, though you perceive me not how I give line. Go to, go to! See how she holds up the neb, the bill to him? Her arms with the boldness of a wife to her allowing husband.
Exit Polixenes, Hermione in attendance.
Gone already. Go, play, boy, play. Thy mother plays, I play too. But so disgraced a part, whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Go, play, boy, play. There have been, or I am much deceived, cuckolds ere now. And many a man there is, even at this present. Now, while I speak this, holds his wife by the arm. The little thinks she has been sluiced in his absence, and his pond fished by his next neighbor, by Sir Smile, his neighbor. Nay, there's comfort in't, whilst other men have gates, and those gates opened, as mine against their will, should all despair that have revolted wives, the 10th of mankind would hang themselves. Physic for it there is none. It is a bawdy planet. Many thousand ons have the disease and feel't not. How now, boy? What? Camillo there.
Aye, my good lord.
Camillo, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor hold. When you cast out, it still came home.
Didst note it?
He would not stay at your petitions, made his business more material.
Didst perceive it? How came it, Camillo, that he did stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
At the queen's beat. Good should be pertinent, but so it is not. Was this taken by your any understanding pate but thine? Lower messes, perchance, are to this business purblind?
Business.
Say.
Business, my lord. I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer.
Ha!
Stays here longer.
Aye, but why?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfy the entreaties of your mistress. Satisfy. Let that suffice. I have trusted thee, Camillo, with all the nearest things to my heart, but we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
Had you not seen, Camillo, but that's past doubt you have, or your eyeglass is thicker than a cuckold's horn, or heard, or thought my wife is slippery? Then say my wife's a hobby horse. Deserves a name as rank as any flax wench. Say it and justify it.
I would not be a stander by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so, without my present vengeance taken. Shrew my heart, you never spoke what did become you less than this.
Is whispering nothing? Is leaning cheek to cheek? Is meeting noses? Kissing with inside lip? Stopping the career of laughing with a sigh? A note infallible of breaking honesty, horsing foot on foot, skulking in corners, wishing clocks more swift. Is this nothing? Why, then the world and all that's in it is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia, nothing. My wife is nothing, nor nothing have these nothings if this be nothing.
Good, my lord, be cured of this diseased opinion, and betimes, for 'tis most dangerous.
Say it be, 'tis true.
No, no, my lord.
It is. You lie. You lie. I say thou liest, Camillo. I say thou liest, Camillo, and I hate thee. Were my wife's liver infected as her life, she would not live the running of one glass.
Who does infect her?
Why, he that wears her like a medal hanging about his neck, Bohemia. Who, if I had servants true about me, they would do that which should undo more doing. Aye, and thou, his cupbearer, might bespice a cup to give mine enemy a lasting wink, which draught to me were cordial.
Sir, my lord, I could do this, but I cannot believe this crack to be in my dread
Make
mistress.
that thy question and go rot. Dost think I am so muddy, so unsettled, to appoint myself in this vexation, sully the purity and whiteness of my sheets, give scandal to the blood of the prince, my son, who I do think is mine, and love as mine, without ripe moving to it? Could man so blench?
I must believe you, sir. I do. And will fetch off Bohemia for it, provided that when he's removed, your highness will take again your queen as yours at first, even for your son's sake.
Thou dost advise me even so, as I mine own course have set down. I'll give no blemish to her honor, none.
My lord, go then, and with a countenance as clear as friendship wears at feasts, keep with Bohemia and with your queen. I am his cupbearer, if from me ye have wholesome beverage. Account me not your servant.
Do it, and thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, thou splitst thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly, as thou hast advised me.
Leontes exits.
Oh, miserable lady. But for me, what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground to do it is the obedience to a master, one who in rebellion with himself will have all that are his, so too. To this deed promotion follows. If I could find example of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished after, I'd not do it. Is certain to me a breakneck. Happy star, reign now. Here comes
Polixenes
Bohemia.
re-enters.
This is strange. Methinks my favor here begins to warp, not speak. Good day, Camillo. What is the news of the court?
None rare, my lord.
Even now I met the king with customary compliment, when he, wafting his eyes to the contrary and falling a lip of much content, speeds from me, and so leaves me to consider what is breeding that changes thus his manners.
I dare not know, my lord.
How? Dare not? Do not? Do you know and dare not? Be intelligent to me, good Camillo. Your changed complexions are to me a mirror which shows me mine changed too, for I must be myself thus altered with it.
There is a sickness which puts some of us in distemper, but I cannot name the disease, and it is caught of you that yet are well.
How? Caught of me? Camillo, a sickness caught of me, and yet I well, I must be answered. Dost thou hear, Camillo? I conjure thee by all the parts of man which honor does acknowledge, that thou declare what incidency thou dost guess of harm is creeping toward me, how far off, how near, which way to be prevented, if to be, if not, how best to bear it.
Sir, I will tell you. Since I am charged in honor, and by him that I think honorable, therefore mark my counsel. I mean to utter it.
On, good Camillo.
I am appointed him to murder you.
By whom, Camillo?
By the king.
For what?
He thinks, nay, with all confidence he swears, and as he had seen it or been an instrument to vice you to it, that you have been touched his queen. Forbiddenly.
Oh, then my best blood turn to an infected jelly, and my name be yoked with his that did betray the best. How should this grow?
I know not, but I am sure 'tis safer to avoid what's grown than question how 'tis born. If therefore you dare trust my honesty, that lies enclosed in this trunk which you shall bear along in pond, away tonight. Your followers I will whisper to the business, and will by twos and threes at several posterns clear them of the city. Be not uncertain, for by the honor of my parents I have uttered truth.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart in his face. Give me thy hand. Be pilot to me, and thy places shall still neighbor mine. My ships are ready, and my people did expect my hence departure 2 days ago. This jealousy is for a precious creature, as she's rare, must it be great, and as his person's mighty, must it be violent. And as he does conceive he is dishonored by a man which ever professed to him, why, his revenges must in that be made more bitter.
Come, sir, away.
Come, my gracious lord. Shall I be your playfellow?
No, I'll none of you.
Why, my sweet lord?
You'll kiss me hard and speak to me as if I were a baby still. I love you better.
And why so, my lord?
Not for because your brows are blacker, yet black brows, they say, become some woman best.
Who taught you this?
I learned it out of women's faces. Pray now, what color are your eyebrows?
Blue, my lord.
Nay, that's a mock. I have seen a lady's nose that has been blue, but not her eyebrows.
Hark ye, the queen your mother rounds apace. We shall present our services to a fine new prince one of these days, and then you'd wanton with us if we would have you.
She is spread of late into a goodly bulk. Good time encounter her.
What wisdom stirs amongst you? Come, sir, now. I am for you again. Pray you, sit by us and tell us a tale.
Merry or sad shalt be?
As merry as you will.
A sad tale's best for winter. I have one of sprites and goblins.
Let's have that, good sir, and do your best to fright me with your sprites. You're powerful at it.
There was a man, dwelt by a churchyard. I will tell it softly. Yonder crickets shall not hear it.
Come on, then, and give it to mine ear.
Enter Leontes with Antigonus, lords and others.
Was he met there, his train? Camillo with him? Rogero, was he met there, his train? Camillo with him?
I heard him say that behind the tuft of pines he met them. Never saw he men scour so on their way. He eyed them even to their ships.
How blessed am I in my just censure, in my true opinion. How accursed in being so blessed. There may be in the cup a spider steeped, and one may drink, depart, and yet partake no venom, for his knowledge is not infected. But if one present the abhorred ingredient to his eye, make known how he hath drunk, he cracks his gorge, his sides with violent hefts. I have drunk and seen the spider. Give me the boy. I'm glad you did not nurse him. Though he does bear some signs of me, yet you have too much blood in him.
What is this, sport?
Bear the boy hence. He shall not come about her. Away with him, and let her sport herself with that she's big with, for 'tis Polixenes has made thee swell thus.
I'll say he'd not, and I'll be sworn you would believe my saying, however you leaned the nayward.
You, my lords, look on her, mark her well. Be but about to say she is a goodly lady, and the justice of your hearts were there to add, 'tis pity she's not honest, honorable. Praise her but for this, and her without door form, with which on my faith deserves high speech. But be it known from him that has most cause to grieve it, it should be, she's an adulteress.
Should a villain say so, the most replenished villain in the world, he were as much more villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook, my lady, Polixenes for Leontes. I have said she's an adulteress. I have said with whom. More, she's a traitor, and Camillo is federary with her. Aye, and she is privy to this, their late escape.
No, by my life, privy to none of this. How will this grieve you when you shall come to clearer knowledge that you thus have published me? Gentle, my lord, you scarce can write me thoroughly than to say you did mistake.
No, if I mistake in those foundations which I built upon. Away with her, to prison.
There's some ill planet reigns. I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favorable. Good, my lords, I am not prone to weeping, as our sex commonly are, the want of which vain dew perchance shall dry your pities, but I have that honorable grief lodged here, which burns worse than tears drown. Beseech you all, my lords, with thoughts so qualified as your charities shall best instruct you, measure me, and so the king's will be performed.
Shall I be heard?
Who is't that goes with me? Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you see, my plight requires it. Adieu, my lord. I never wished to see you sorry. Now I trust I shall.
Go. Do our bidding, hence.
Exit Hermione, guarded with ladies.
Beseech your highness, call the queen again. Beseech your highness, call the queen again.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in the which the three great ones suffer, yourself, your queen, your son.
But
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in the which three great ones suffer, yourself, your queen, your son. For her, my lord, I dare my life lay down, and will do it, sir. Please, you accept it, that the queen is spotless. If it proves she's otherwise, I'll keep my stables where I lodge my wife. For every inch of woman in the world, every dram of woman's flesh is false if she be.
Hold your pieces.
Good, my lord.
Be she honor God. I have 3 daughters. The eldest is 11, the second and the third 9, and some 5. If this prove true, they'll pay for it. By mine honor, I'll geld them all. 14 they shall not see. To bring false generations, they are co-heirs. And I had rather glib myself than they should not produce fair issue.
Cease. No more. You smell this business with a sense as cold as is a dead man's nose. But I do see it and feel it, as you feel doing thus.
If it be so, we need no grave to bury honesty. There's not a grain of it, the face to sweeten of the whole dungy earth.
What? Lack I credit?
I had rather you did lack than I, my lord. Upon this ground and more it would content me to have her honor true than your suspicion.
Why, what need we communion with you of this? Our prerogative calls not your counsels, but our natural goodness imparts this. Inform yourselves, we need no more of your advice. The matter, the loss, the gain is all properly ours.
And I wish, my liege, you had only in your silent judgment tried it without more overture.
How could that be? Either thou art most ignorant by age, or thou wert born a fool. Camillo's flight added to their familiarity, which was as gross as ever touched conjecture, that lacked sight only doth push on this proceeding. Yet for a greater confirmation, for in an act of this importance 'twere most piteous to be wild, I have dispatched in post to sacred Delphos, to Apollo's temple, Cleomenes and Dion. Now from the oracle they will bring all, whose spiritual counsel shall stop or spur me. Have I done well?
Well done, my lord.
Though I am satisfied and need no more than what I know, yet shall the oracle give rest to the minds of others, such as he whose ignorant credulity will not come up to the truth. Come, follow us. We are to speak in public, for this business will raise us all.
To laughter, as I take it, if the good truth were known.
Exit Scene 2, a prison. Enter Paulina, a gentleman in attendance.
I need my...
I shall bring Amelia forth. And, madam, I must be present at your conference.
Well, be it so, prithee. Here's such ado to make no stain a stain as passes coloring. Dear gentlewoman, how fares our gracious lady?
As well as one so great and so forlorn may hold together. On her frights and griefs, which never tender lady hath borne greater, she is something before her time delivered.
A boy?
A daughter, and a goodly babe, lusty and like to live. The queen receives much comfort in it, says, my poor prisoner, I am innocent as you.
I dare be sworn. These dangerous, unsafe lunacy in the king, beshrew them. He must be told on it, and he shall. The office becomes a woman best. I'll take it upon me. Pray you, Amelia, commend my best obedience to the queen. If she dares trust me with her little babe, I'll show it the king and undertake to be her advocate to the loudest. We may soften at the sight of the child.
Most worthy madam, there is no lady living so meet for this great errand. Please your ladyship to visit the next room all presently. Acquaint the queen of your most noble offer.
Tell her, Amelia, I'll use that tongue of mine. If wit flow from it as boldness from my bosom, let's not be doubted, I shall do good.
They exit. Scene 3 of Roman Leontes' palace. Enter Leontes, Antigonus, lords, and servants.
Nor night nor day, no rest. It is but weakness to bear the matter thus, mere weakness. Say that you were gone, given to the fire, a moiety of my rest might come to me again. Who's there?
My lord.
How does the boy?
He took good rest tonight. 'Tis hoped his sickness is discharged.
To see his nobleness. Conceiving the dishonor of his mother, he straight declined, drooped, took it deeply, fastened and fixed the shame on it in himself, and downright languished. Leave me solely, go, see how he fares.
Servant exits. Enter Paulina with a child.
You must not enter.
Nay, rather, good my lords, be second to me. Fear you his tyrannous passion more, alas, than the queen's life? A gracious, innocent soul, more free than he is jealous.
That's enough.
Madam, he hath not slept tonight. Commanded none should come at him.
Not so hot, good sir. I come to bring him sleep. 'Tis such as you that creep like shadows by him and do sigh at each his needless heavings. Such as you nourish the cause of his awakening.
What
noise there? Oh.
Noise there, ho!
No noise, my lord, but needful conference about some gossips for your highness.
How? Away with that audacious lady. Antigonus, I charge thee that she should not come about me. I knew she would.
I told her so, my lord.
What, canst thou not rule her?
From all dishonesty he can. In this he shall not rule me.
La you now, you hear? When she will take the rein, I let her run, but she'll not stumble.
Good, my liege, I come, and I beseech you, hear me who profess myself your loyal servant, your physician, your most obedient counselor. I say I come from your good queen.
Good queen.
Good queen, my lord. Good queen, I say good queen. And would by combat make her good, so were I a man, the worst about you.
Force her hence.
Let him that makes but trifles of his eyes first hand me. On mine own accord I'll off. But first I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought you forth a daughter. Here 'tis, commends it to your blessing.
Out! A mankind witch, a most intelligencing bawd.
Not so. I am as ignorant in that as you in so entitling me, and no less honest than you are mad, which is enough, I'll warrant, as this world goes, to pass for honest.
Traitors, will you not push her out? Give her the bastard. Thou dotard, thou art woman tired, unroosted by thy dame partlet here. Take up the bastard. Take it up, I say. Give it to thy crone.
Forever. Unvenerable be thy hands if thou takest up the princess by that forced baseness which he has put upon it.
He dreads his wife. A nest of traitors.
I am none by this good light.
Nor I, nor any, but one that's here, and that's himself. For he the sacred honor of himself, his queens, his hopeful sons, his babes betrays to slander, whose sting is sharper than the swords. For, as the case now stands, it is a curse. the root of his opinion, which is rotten as ever oak or stone was sound.
A callant of boundless tongue who hath late beat her husband, and now baits me. This brat is none of mine. It is the issue of Polixenes.
It is yours. And might we lay the old provet to your charge, so like you 'tis the worse. Behold, my lords, although the print be little, the whole matter and the copy of the father, eye, nose, lip, the trick of his frown, his forehead, nay, the valley, the pretty dimples of his chin and cheek, his smiles. And thou, good goddess nature, if thou hast the ordering of the mind too, mongst all colors, no yellow in it, lest she suspect as he does, her children, not her husband's.
A gross hag, and Lawzel, thou art worthy to be hanged. Thou wilt not stay her tongue?
Hang all the husbands that cannot do that feat. You'll leave yourself hardly one subject.
Once more, take her hence.
A most unworthy and unnatural lord can do no more.
I'll have thee burnt.
I care not. It is an heretic that makes the fire, not she which burns in it. I'll not call you tyrants, but this most cruel usage of your queen, not able to produce more accusation than your own weak-hinged fancy? Something savors of tyranny and will ignoble make you, yea, scandalous to the world.
On your allegiance, out of the chamber with her. Were I a tyrant, where were her life? She durst not call me so, if she did not know me one. Away with her.
I pray you, do not push me. I'll be gone. Look to your babe, my lord. 'Tis yours. You that are thus so tender o'er his follies, you will never do him good, not one of you.
Paulina exits.
Thou traitor hast set on thy wife to this. My child? Away with it. Even thou that hast a heart so tender o'er't, take it hence and see it instantly consumed with fire. Even thou and none but thou. Go, take it to the fire, for thou set'st on thy wife.
I did not, sir. This lord, my noble fellow, if he please, can clear me in't.
I can, my royal liege. He is not guilty of coming her hither.
You're liars, all.
Beseech your highness, give us better credit. We have always truly served you, and beseech you so to esteem of us. And on our knees we beg, as recompense of our dear services, past and to come, that you do change this purpose, which, being so horrible, so bloody, must lead on to some foul issue. We all kneel.
I am a feather for each wind that blows. Shall I live on to see this bastard kneel and call me father? Better burn it now than curse it then. But be it, let it live. It shall not neither. You, sir, come you hither. You that have been so tenderly officious with Lady Marjorie, your midwife there, what will you adventure to save this brat's life?
Anything, my lord, anything possible.
It shall be possible. Swear by this sword thou wilt perform my bidding.
I will, my lord.
Mark and perform it, seest thou? For the fail of any point in it shall not only be death to thyself, but to thy lewd-tongued wife, whom for this time we pardon. We enjoin thee, as thou art liegeman to us, that thou carry this female bastard hence, and that thou bear it to some remote and desert place quite out of our dominions, and that there thou leave it, without more mercy, to its own protection and favor of the climate. As by strange fortune it came to us, I do in justice charge thee that thou commend it strangely to some place where chance may nurse or end it. Take it up.
I swear to do this, though a present death had been more merciful. Come on, poor babe. Some powerful spirit instruct the kites and ravens to be thy nurses, Sir, be prosperous. In more than this deed does require, and blessing against this cruelty fight on thy side. Poor thing, condemned to loss.
Antigonus exits with the child.
No, I'll not rear another's issue.
Enter a servant.
Please, your highness, posts from those that you sent to the oracle are come an hour since. Cleomenes and Dion, being well arrived from Delphos, are both landed, hasting to the court.
23 days they've been absent. 'Tis good speed. Foretells the great Apollo suddenly will have the truth of this appear. Prepare you, lords. Summon a session, that we may arraign our most disloyal lady, for as she hath been publicly accused, so shall she have a just and open trial. Leave me.
Act 3, Scene 2, a court of justice.
This session, to our great grief we pronounce, even pushes against our heart. The party tried, the daughter of a king, our wife, and one of us too much beloved. Let us be cleared of being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course, even to the guilt or the purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness's pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in the court. Silence!
Enter Hermione, guarded, Paulina and ladies attending.
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen of the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art here accused and unreigned of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. Thou, Hermione, contrary to faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them, for their better safety, to fly away by midnight.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony of my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity, being counted falsehood, shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know who least will seem to do so, my past life hath been so as continent, as chaste, as true as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though devised and played to take spectators. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, which owe a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honor, for who please to come and hear. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief, which I would spare. For honor, 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only what I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came, with what encounter so uncurrent I have strained to appear thus.
I never heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
That's true enough. Though 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress of which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess, I loved him as in honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so, and no other, as yourself commanded, which not to have done, I think, had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude, to you and toward your friend. Now, for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished, for me to try now. All I know of it is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves wotting no more than I am ignorant.
You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence.
Sir, you speak a language that I understand not. My life stands in the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. As you are all past all shame, those of your fact are so past all truth, which to deny concerns more than avails. For as thy brat hath been cast out, like to itself, no father owning it, which is indeed more criminal in thee than it, so thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity? The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast, the innocent milk in its most innocent mouth, haled out to murder, myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet, with immodest hatred the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here to this place in the open air before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I am here alive, that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet, hear this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free, if I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proofs sleeping else, but what your jealousies awake, I tell you, 'tis rigor, and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth, and in Apollo's name, his oracle.
Break up the seals and read.
Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camillo a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant, his innocent babe truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Now blessed be the great Apollo.
Praised.
Hast thou read truth?
Aye, my lord, even so, as it is here set down.
There's no truth at all in the oracle. The session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
Enter the servant.
My lord, the king, the king.
What is the business?
Oh, sir, I shall be hated to report it. The prince, your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
How? Gone?
Is dead.
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice. How now there?
This news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her hence. Her heart is but o'ercharged. She will recover. I have too much believed mine own suspicion.
Exit Paulina and ladies with Hermione.
Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. I'll reconcile me to Polixenes. New woo my queen. Recall the good Camillo, whom I proclaim a man of truth, of mercy, for being transported by my jealousies to bloody thoughts and to revenge. I choose Camillo for the minister to poison my friend Polixenes. How he glisters through my rest, and how his pity does my deeds make blacker.
Paulina re-enters.
Woe the while! Oh, cut my lace, lest my heart cracking it break too.
What fit is this, good lady?
What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What wheels, racks, fires? What, flaying, boiling, in leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny together working with thy jealousies. Fancies too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done and then run mad, indeed, stark mad, for all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. Oh, lords, when I have said, cry woe, the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet.
The higher powers forbid.
I say she's dead. I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. If you can bring tincture or luster in her lips, her eye, heat outwardly or breath within, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But, O thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting upon a barren mountain and still winter in storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look that way thou wert.
Go on, thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all tongues to talk their bitterest.
Say no more. Howe'er the business goes, you have made fault, I the boldness of your speech.
I'm sorry for it. All faults I make, when I shall come to know them, I do repent. Alas, he is touched to the noble heart. What's done and what's past should be past grief. Do not receive affliction at my petition. I beseech you, rather let me be punished that have minded you of what you should forget. Now, good my liege, I'll speak of her no more, nor of your children. I'll not remember you of my own lord who is lost too. Take your patience to you, and I'll say nothing.
Thou didst speak but well, when most the truth, which I receive better than to be pitied of thee. Prithee, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they live, where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation, so long as nature will bear up with this exercise. So long I daily vow to use it. Come, lead me to these sorrows.
Exit. Scene 3, Bohemia, a desert country near the sea. Enter Antigonus with a child and a mariner.
Oh, perfect then. Our ship hath touched upon the deserts of Bohemia.
Aye, my lord, and fear we have landed in ill time. The skies look grimly and threaten present blusters.
Go, get aboard. Look to thy bark. I'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste, and go not too far in the land. 'Tis like to be loud weather. Besides, this place is famous for the creatures of prey that keep upon it.
I'll follow instantly.
I'm glad at heart to be rid us of the business.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed, the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night. Thrice bowed before me, and gasping to begin some speech, her eyes became two spouts. The fire, the fury spent anon, did this break from her.
Good Antigonus, since fate against thy better disposition hath made thy person for the thrower out of my poor babe, according to thine oath, places remote enough are in Bohemia. There weep and leave it crying, and, for the babe is counted lost forever, Perdita, I prithee, call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou never shalt see thy wife Paulina more.
And so, with shrieks she melted into air. Affrighted much, I did in time collect myself, and thought this was so, and no slumber. I do believe Hermione hath suffered death, and that Apollo would, this being indeed the issue of King Polixenes, it should here be laid, either for life or death, upon the earth of its right father. Blossom, speed thee well. There lie, and there thy character. There these the storm begins. Poor wretch. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds. Farewell. Thou art like to have a lullaby too rough, a savage clamor. Well, may I get aboard? This is the chase. I am gone forever.
He exit, pursued by a bear. Enter a shepherd.
Oh, I would there were no age between 16 and 3 and 20, or that youth would sleep out the rest. For there's nothing in the in-between but getting wenches with child, wrong in the ancientry, stealing, fighting. Bark you now. Oh, they've scared away 2 of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will sooner find than the master. Good luck, and it be thy will. Oh, what have we here? Mercy on us, a bairn, a boy or child, I wonder, a pretty one, a very pretty one, sure, some scape. Though I am not bookish yet, I can read waiting gentlewoman in the scape. This has been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind door work. There were warmer that got this than the poor thing is here. Well, I'll take it up for pity yet. I'll tarry till my son come.
A clown enters.
Hello, Loa.
What, art so near? If thou'lt see a thing to talk on when thou art dead and rotten, come hither.
I have seen 2 such sights, by sea and by land. But I am not to say it is a sea, for it is now the sky, betwixt the firmament and it you cannot thrust a bodkin's point. I would you did but see how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore, but that's not the point. Oh, the most piteous cry of the poor souls, sometimes to see 'em and not to see 'em, and then for the land service, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, how he cried for me for help and said his name was Antigonus, a nobleman, but to make an end of the ship, how the poor souls roared and then the sea mocked them, and how the poor gentleman roared and the bear mocked him, both roaring louder than the sea or weather.
Name of mercy, when was this boy?
Now, I have not winked since I saw these sights. The men are not yet cold under water, nor the bear half dined on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Oh, heavy matters, but look here, boy. Now bless thyself. Thou meantest with things dying, I with things new born. Look he there. Take up, boy, take up. Open it. I was told me I should be riches by the fairies. This is some changeling. Open it. What's within, boy?
You're a maid, old man. If the sins of your youth are forgiven you, you're well to live. Gold, all gold.
This is a fairy gold, boy, and will prove so. So up with it, keep it close. Well, we are lucky, boy, and to be so still requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go home. Come, good boy, the next way home.
Go you the next way with your findings. I'll go see if the bear be gone from the gentleman and how much he hath eaten. If there be any of him left, I'll bury it.
That's a good deed. 'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do good deeds on it.
They exit. We'll now take a 10-minute intermission. Take 10. Act 4, Scene 1. Enter time at the chorus.
Welcome, Bohemia. 16 years later.
Time exits. Scene 2, Bohemia, the palace of Polixenes. Enter Polixenes and Camillo.
Prithee, good Camillo, be no more importunate. Is a sickness denying thee anything?
It is 16 years since I saw my country, though I have for the most part been aired abroad. I desire to lay my bones there. Besides, the penitent king, my master, hath sent for me, which is another spur to my departure.
As thou lovest me, Camillo, wipe not out the rest of thy services by leaving me now. Of that fatal country, Sicilia, prithee speak no more, whose very naming punishes me with the remembrance of that penitent, as thou call'st him, and reconciled king, my brother. Say to me, when sawest thou the Prince Florizel, my son?
Sir, it is 3 days since I saw the prince, but I have missingly noted he is of late much retired from the court.
I have considered so much, Camillo, and with some care, so far that I have eyes under my service which look upon his removedness, from whom I have this intelligence, that he is seldom from the house of a most homely shepherd. A man, they say, that from very nothing and beyond the imagination of his neighbors is grown into an unspeakable estate.
I have heard, sir, of such a man who hath a daughter of most rare note.
That's likewise part of my intelligence, but I fear the angle that plucks our son thither. Thou shalt accompany us to the place. Prithee, be my present partner in this business, and lay aside the thoughts of Sicilia.
I willingly obey your command.
My best Camillo, we must disguise ourselves.
3. A road near the shepherd's cottage. Enter Autolycus singing.
I seen it all, boys. I been all over. Been everywhere in the whole wide world. I rolled the high line with old blind Darby. I danced real slow with Ida Jane. I was full of wonder when I left Murfreesboro. Now I'm full of hollow down on Maxwell Street. And I hope my pony knows the way back home. I have served Prince Florizel, and in my time were 3 pile. But now I am out of service. My father named me after Autolycus, who, being, as I am, littered under Mercury, was likewise a snapper-up of unconsidered trifles. For the life to come, I sleep out the thought of it. A prize. A prize.
Let me see. Every 11 weather tods, every tod yields pound, an odd shilling, 1,500 shorn. What comes the wool to?
If the spring hold, the cock's mine.
I cannot do it without counters. Let me see. What am I to buy for our sheep shearing feast? 3 pound of sugar, 5 pound of currants, rice. What will this sister of mine do with rice? But my father hath made her mistress of the feast, and she lays it on. I must have saffron to color the warden pies, mace, dates? None. That's out of my note. 4 pounds of prunes and as many of raisins o'er the sun.
Oh, that ever I was born!
Name of me.
Oh, help me, pluck but off these rags, and then death.
Alack, poor soul! Thou hast need of more rags to lay on thee, rather than have these off.
Oh, sir, I am robbed, sir, and beaten. My money and apparel taken from me, and these detestable things put upon me.
What, by a horseman or footman?
A footman, sweet sir, a footman.
Indeed, he should be a footman by the garments he has left with thee. If this be a horseman's coat, it hath seen very hot service. Lend me thy hand, I'll help thee.
Oh, good sir, tenderly, oh.
Alas, poor soul.
Oh, good sir, softly, good sir. I fear, sir, my shoulder blade is out.
How now? Can't stand?
Softly, dear sir, good sir, softly. You had done me a charitable office.
Alas, poor soul.
Softly, dear sir, good sir, softly. You had done me a charitable office.
Dost lack any money? I have a little money for thee.
No, good sweet sir, no, I beseech you, sir. I have a kinsman, not past 3/4 of a mile hence, unto whom I was going. I shall have their money, or anything I want. Offer me no money, I pray you. That kills my heart.
What manner of fellow was he that robbed you?
A fellow, sir? I knew him once a servant of the prince. Having flown over many knavish professions, he settled only in rogue. They call him Autolycus.
No, not a more cowardly rogue in all Bohemia. If you had but looked me, he'd have brought.
I must confess to you, sir, I am no fighter. I am false of heart that way, and that he knew I warrant him. I can stand and walk. I will even take my leave of you and pay softly towards my kinsmen's.
Shall I bring thee on the way?
No, good face, sir, no, sweet sir.
Then fare thee well. I must go buy spices for our sheep shearing.
Prosper you, sweet sir.
Clown exits.
Ugh. Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice. I'll be with you at your sheep shearing too, and if the shearers prove not sheep, let me be unrolled and my name put in the book of virtue. Tonight I'll shave the mountain. I'll cut the heart from Pharaoh. I'll pull the road off the rise, tear the memories from my eyes, and in the morning I'll be gone. I drank 1,000 shipwrecks. Tonight I steal your paychecks. I paint the sheets across my bed. The birds will all fly from my head, and in the morning I'll be gone.
Exit. Scene 4, the shepherd's cottage. Enter Florizel and Perdita.
These your unusual weeds do each part of you to give a life. No shepherdess, but Flora peering in April's front. This your sheep shearing is a meeting of the petty gods, and you the queen on't.
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes is not becomes me. Oh, pardon, that I name them, your high self, the gracious mark of the land, you have obscured with a swain's wearing, and me, poor lowly maid, most goddess-like pranked up.
I bless the time when my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Now Jove afford you cause. To me the difference forges dread. Your greatness hath not been used to fear. Even now I tremble to think your father, by some accident, should pass this way as you did. What would he say? Or how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Golden Apollo became a poor humble swain, as I am seen now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rare, nor in a way so chaste.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis opposed, as it must be, by the power of the king.
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts I prithee, darken not the mirth of the feast. Or I'll be thine, my fair, or not my father's. For I cannot be mine own, nor anything to any, if I be not thine. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance, as it were the day of celebration of the nuptial which we two have sworn shall come.
Enter shepherd, clown, Mopsa, Dorcas, and others, with Polixenes and Camillo disguised.
Why, daughter, when my old wife lived upon this day, she was both patler, butler, cook, both dame and servant, welcomed all, served all. Would sing her song and dance her turn, her face afire with labor, and the things she took to quench it, she to each one would sip. You are retired as if you were feasted one. Pray you bid these unknown friends 'tis welcome, for 'tis a way to make us better friends more known.
Sir, welcome. It is my father's will I should take on me the hostessship of the day. You're welcome, sir. Give me those flowers there, Dorcas. Reverend sirs, for you there's rosemary and rue. These keep seeming and savor all the winter long. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter.
I should leave grazing were I of your flock. and only live by gazing.
Oh, out, alas. You'd be so lean that blast of January would blow you through and through. Now, my fairest friend, I would have some flowers or the spring that might become your time of day. Oh, for daffodils that come before the swallow's dares and take the winds of March with beauty, violets dim, but sweeter than the lids of Juno's eyes, or Cerinthius' breath, lilies of all kind. Oh, these I lack, to make you garlands of, and my sweet friend to strew him o'er and o'er.
What? Like a corpse?
No, like a bank for love to lie and play on. Not like a corpse, or if, not to be buried, but quick and in my arms.
What you do still betters what is done. When you speak, sweet, I'll have you do it ever. When you sing, I'll have you buy and sell so. So give alms, pray so, and for the ordering your affairs, sing them too. Each your doing crowns what you are doing in the present deed, that all your acts are queens.
Oh, Doricles, your praises are too large. I might fear, my Doricles. You wooed me the false way.
I think you have as little skill to fear as I have purpose to put you on it. But come, our dance, I pray you, your hand, my Perdita, so turtles pair that never mean to part.
I'll swear for him.
This is the prettiest low-born lass that ever ran on the greensward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself, too noble for this place.
Good sooth, she is the queen of curds and cream.
Come on, strike up.
Mopsa must be your mistress, Mary, Garlic, to mend her kissing with.
Now in good time.
Not a word, a word. We stand upon our matters. Come, strike up.
Pray, good shepherd, what fair swain is this which dances with your daughter?
Well, they call him Doricles, and boasts himself to have a worthy feeling. He says he loves my daughter. I think so too, for never gaze the moon upon the waters, he'd stand and read as 'twere my daughter's eyes. And to be plain, I think there's not half a kiss to choose who loves another best.
She dances featly.
So she does anything. If young Doricles do light upon her, she shall bring him that which he not dreams of.
Enter Autolycus singing.
Gloves as sweet as damask roses, masks for faces and for noses, bugle bracelet, necklace amber, perfume for a lady's chamber, golden coifs and stomachers for my lads to give their dears, pins and poking sticks of steel what maids lack from head to heel. Come buy of me, come buy, buy lads, or else your lasses cry, come buy.
I were not in love with Mopsa, thou shouldst take no money of me. But being enthralled as I am, it will also be the bondage of certain ribbons and gloves.
I was promised them against the feast, but they come not too late now.
He hath promised you more than that, or there be liars.
He hath paid you all he promised you. Maybe he has paid you more, which will shame you. Give it to him again.
Is there no manners left among maids? But you must be tittle-tattling before all our guests. Clamor your tongues, and not a word more.
I have done. Come, you promised me a tawdry lace and a pair of sweet gloves.
Have I not told thee how I was cozened by the way and lost all my money?
And indeed, sir, there are cozeners abroad. Therefore it behoves men to be wary.
Ballads?
Pray now, buy some. I love a ballad in print so live, for then we are sure they are true.
Why, this is a passing merry one, and goes to the tune of two maids wooing a man. There's a scarce maid westward, but she sings it. 'Tis in request, I can tell you.
We can both sing it. If thou'lt bear a part, thou shalt hear it. 'Tis in 3 parts.
I can bear my part. You must know 'tis my occupation.
We'll have this song out anon by ourselves. My father and the gentlemen are in sad talk, and will not trouble them. Come, bring away thy packs after me. Wenches, I'll buy for you both. Follow me, girls.
Exit with Dorcas and Mopsa, and shepherds with song and dance.
How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that does take your mind from feasting. Sooth, when I was young and handed love as you do, I was wont to load my she with knacks. I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasure. You've let him go.
Old sir, I know she prizes not such trifles as these are. The gifts she looks for me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I have given already, but not delivered.
Oh, well, let me hear what you profess.
Do, and be witness to it.
And this my neighbor, too.
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens, and all. That were I crowned the most imperial monarch, therefore most worthy, had force and knowledge more than was ever man's. I would not prize them without her love. For her, employ them all.
This shows a sound affection.